I will always own whatever happens to Hilliard Studio Method. And people look at me and go, so you're going to do a 10-year lease? You're 72 years old. I'm like, what? Where is this ageism coming from?
I know.
Stop it.
You've always said too, it's like you don't need a...
I want to say eat my dust is what I want to say.
Eat my dust. Hi, Liz.
Hi, sexy.
Your name.
No, you look good.
I think you should, from now on, just call me sexy.
Yeah.
When addressing me, period.
Wait, yeah.
Anytime.
When do I address you?
Address me? Like when you say
address you.
Address
I thought you said when I'm dressing you.
When you undress me, you should call me sexy.
No, I never. Ooh, we're going X-rated straight up.
Real quick.
Yeah.
No, like at the studio and everything. Just be like, hey, sexy.
Yeah. Okay, I'll do that. That'll be professional. I think everyone will appreciate that.
Past all the professional.
Yeah. Well, no, we have.
Borderlines.
I noticed I was listening to one of our podcasts because we don't listen to our podcasts as Kristen knows. Because, you don't,
do,
because you're like freaked out about it.
Like I'm done.
But I'm listening to them like, oh God, like in the first 2 seconds, I threw an F-bomb the other day. We've got to potty mouth, tone that down.
You want to?
Yeah, I think it's important.
Fuck it.
Okay.
Let's just get going.
So, yeah.
No, you're right.
What are we talking about today?
How good you look at me like yellow.
Yeah, thanks. This is my new. I got this because we're in Kristen's studio.
I love it.
Isn't this nice? Out of our studio. Yeah, I like it. It's comfortable. But we thought we had to dress up because here we are, this is a fancy spot.
It's fancy.
Yeah.
And like, this is so coordinated because the pink light behind you.
Yeah. Is that right?
Mirrors me. And we're just such a good team.
It's sort of like my aura. It's a love aura.
Oh.
I have a love aura.
It is the month of February. Love month.
Exactly.
Guess what we're doing for Valentine's Day? Do you remember?
Me and you?
Yeah. You're like, oh,
no.
shit. What was I supposed to do?
I know what we're doing. We're going to go see the movie, The Guy and the Girl. Barbie is going to be with the guy in the Heathcliff. It's a Barbie and Heathcliff movie. What's it called? Wuthering Heights.
You got it.
Yeah, Wuthering Heights.
You got it. I got you tickets to Wuthering Heights.
That is going to be great.
Barbie.
And if you haven't read, I've read the book. I've seen every iteration of that movie since before I was born. I'm obsessed with this.
Before you were born, you started watching Wuthering Heights.
I mean, in the 1930s, they started making movies about, what's her name? Heathcliff, and that's not really Barbie. It's somebody else.
Elizabeth?
I don't know her name.
Ooh.
Nobody remembers her name, but they all remember Heathcliff's name because he is one hot.
And it's also played by Jacob Elordi. Whoa.
Yeah. He's always been played by some hottie. Yeah, hottie of the age. So that is going to be fun.
Isn't that exciting?
It's going to be fun for gay people. Anyway, that'll be great.
What part about it? It's fun for gay people.
No, I'm just kidding. I mean, just like, back when I was like hot for men. And
got it.
Yeah.
Okay, well, wait, one more thing on, I don't think we talked about heated rivalry, which is the sensation and why we don't like it.
Okay, we have talked about it.
Did we talk about it,
Yeah,
Kristen?
and
But did you watch more of it?
no, but we're going to. Okay. No, but we're going to. We are.
Okay. I was just going to say we had that theory that we don't like it because we're gay.
No, I think what we've done is not give it a chance.
Okay.
We have a 15-minute rule, but that we use it in a movie theater, but we should not use it on Netflix. Netflix has more time
to develop.
You got to give them the 1 episode, maybe 2 episode.
Right.
Yeah.
15
minutes for a bad movie, 2 episodes for a bad series.
Okay.
But I believe it's going to be good because everybody likes it.
I know.
People are obsessed with it. So, that's the next thing.
That's the next thing.
So, what a month we have planned.
I know. I will say one more thing because I love talking about this. The Bridgerton new season. Little annoyed about the whole overt Cinderella lift story.
Well, I just thought they mailed it in.
Exactly.
They mailed in the dialogue.
That was disappointing.
Yeah. And while I do like the characters and the rogueness and the wildness of Benedict, is his name Benedict?
It is.
The Dick Benedict. He is, he's, I like him. And
Good.
I like her.
Right.
And so maybe they'll pull it out of the sewer once they get that, what is it, there's 2 more weeks it comes back out.
Yeah, they did first 4, next 4
But what I would say for Bridgerton, the beauty of it is I love the dances, the choreographed and the popular music dances. They need to make sure that stays in there a lot.
I agree. So that's our rundown.
Yeah. So
on the latest and the greatest survival of 2026.
Right.
Are you surviving?
Yeah. Surviving? I'm thriving. I am thriving. I had to get a hold of myself the other day.
Hold of yourself.
Shake the negativity out.
It's
and
hard.
Open that bad jar of mine up that says, I'm more powerful than all this, and go for it. So I feel really good about 2026. I think all the stuff that we've been talking about, and I was so worried about the last podcast coming out. I'm like, we're so negative. But it was because, life can feel negative.
Right.
And when you let the noise, which is what the negativity wants you to do, to really absorb into our hearts and souls and minds, then they win. But what's happening is the more fear-factored the whole United States and the whole world is getting, the louder they're getting. And you just turn down the noise and go, I recognize that for what it is. You are surviving. You want us to be with you. We're not with you. We are not with you.
I like that.
Yeah.
Because you
good luck with that.
Go deep and
I got to go deep before I can come up.
And I ride that wave with you, just going, what am I supposed to do?
I'm just dragging you along in the inner tube.
Whether or not I like it, but keep dragging.
I've got the breaststroke
I don't want to get
down.
lost. The what? The breaststroke?
Yeah. Breast and breath. Yeah. So
that's good.
But yeah, so I'm good, and we're finally going to get out of town. We found out we're going out of town soon.
That's good.
On business, and
good.
we like doing that. That's fine.
We like that a lot.
And I think that's business has been weighing heavily on my mind.
Mm-hmm. And that's
my business.
Really where we're going to go a little bit today is business, entrepreneurship, work struggles, work tips, advice, how to thrive and strive and do all those things when it is tricky. Yeah. It can get really tricky. But let's just go back to how long you've been in this business.
Right. So I started Hilliard Studio Method 18 years ago.
That's so weird.
It's phenomenal to say those numbers because it feels like yesterday, and then it feels like I've never done anything but that. And I remember starting it because I was a Pilates traditional instructor on equipment and thinking there has to be something more, but I didn't know what to call that more. And so I was an entrepreneur. Right. I came up with a workout, and I was fortunate enough to find places that would support me, like places I could rent, places I could go that, were reasonable. I could start my business in first of all, a rented space in a church, then a rented space in a dance studio, and then I rented a space.
I want to talk about that a little bit more because if anybody walks into the studio, they're new to town or they just didn't know about it, you already have this beautiful branded building and community of people and an established business. But let's rewind a bit. And I want to pay a little bit more homage and time to all those places, because I think that's important for people who are starting a business to hear. That go back to you were just a personal training Pilates instructor,
right?
Mat or machine?
Machine. Okay. On all the equipment.
And you were where the very first time?
I was in my ex-husband's office. Yeah. And I really established, and thank God. And again, I had that privilege of him having extra space. And that was way out of the area that I'm in now. It was way out near 51. And I had people coming in from all over. And so I started buying more reformers and started doing group training. And I had a men's, for like big athletes came in and were working with me. And then I had 4 smaller reformers, and I was doing, and then I took them into my home. I mean, because I moved into a house, I went, one of the reasons and literally the story behind me buying the house, I bought our house when I was still married to a human man. And
what am I?
He was out of town, and I called him and I'm like, P.S. I just bought us a house. He goes, excuse me, what? But he loved it, and we loved it together for so long. But the point being, that was always my house, and I bought it because I looked upstairs and I went, wow, there's the perfect space for my studio. It was one of the, I wouldn't say it was the top reason, but it was
top 3?
It was in the top 3.
Okay.
And so I started out of there. And then when I decided I needed to, we all know the story of me being in my early 50s, my daughter being in her 20s.
Right.
And then she needing me to get her in shape for her wedding, and me also requiring that I needed more of something, but I didn't know what that was.
Did you mean physically or emotionally, mentally?
Both, because I was going through hormonal changes of menopause. I was watching my body and my physicality, which is always important to me, change in ways that were undesirable.
Sure.
I felt bad. I didn't look, as a matter of fact, I didn't look as muscular. I wasn't as muscular. I was losing muscle and I was gaining body fat. And I thought, isn't that the best time ever?
Sign me up.
So yeah. Anyway, that meaning, so I decided to research it, found out that strength training was the way to go. But I thought, how am I going to do that when I'm certified completely in all this Pilates? Sure. What am I going to do? So I added it. I just added it. And I went, what are we going to call this? This is not just Pilates. So I called it Hilliard Studio Method. Mm-hmm. And then all my clients were like, get me off your equipment and do the things you're doing to you, because your arms and your legs and your everything is looking amazing. And you're 25 years older than I am. And I'm like, okay. So I rented a space that's when I rented a space in a bike studio and, a pedaling studio and a church.
A pedaling?
What's it called?
Cycle?
Cycle. Thank you. And for the record, I've never been to a cycling class. Never.
I won't go with
but
you.
I'm
not going to force you to go.
But I have taught people bar in a cycling class.
Yeah, just the bike was the bar.
The bike was
just
the bar.
Something to hold on to.
Yeah. And then it got word of mouth. I didn't have any advertisement. I didn't have anything.
Right.
So I went to a dance studio, went to Jamie Masters' dance studio.
And that's where you found me.
And that's where I found you.
The rest is history.
Yeah.
No, but that's you're just paying rent, subleasing over the years, free rent out of your own home.
Right.
Was the business, do you remember at a point, like were you doing it because you started feeling, okay, this is financially super successful. I love owning this business. I want more.
Never was it for one moment. Now I know that people have needs. You got to make money. But for one moment, I did not think about the money. The money was gravy. It was like, wow, I get to do this. People like what I do, and everybody wants to feel like what they do is significant and of some value to others.
Service, yeah.
And I found a value that other people loved that I actually believed in my heart and soul. So the money was gravy. And I didn't even think about it. So if I was breaking even, I was a happy girl. Now, not everybody can afford that. I was privileged to be married to a man at that point that could support me financially.
Right.
But then I started to get successful.
Yeah.
And so in 2013, I moved into the space I'm in right now on Fenton Place on Providence Road.
Don't you wish you owned that spot?
And I would right now pay double what they'd ask me.
Yeah.
If I could own that building.
If you could own it.
Yes, I would. And I actually offered they wouldn't even listen to a figure when I offered maybe 4 or 5 years ago, maybe 6 years ago, or longer. I asked to buy that building. And they would not entertain even the thought of it. And I know why now.
Yeah. Development.
Yeah. And I think that's what we're here kind of to talk about a little bit is this, I am not there's no bitterness in my soul. I understand business. I understand people wanting to make money. But I also understand community and I understand passion. And that's why I'm successful. I'm successful because I have a workout that works, but I'm also successful because I have a passion and a community that I've developed. And when you're going to just look at the bottom line or the top line or the money line, you're going to be successful in some way that I'm not sure I know what that means.
Right.
Because success to me is value inside, is value that you are sharing something of yourself that others need.
Well, you made that point completely when I asked, was there ever that flip time that it was about the money and you realized you were successful that way? And no,
Never
it
been.
wasn't. And I do know you obviously very well.
Yes, you do.
And think that if it weren't working, you would have made another change, right? Like you got off the machine and added weights. Like you were just always more is more until you got to the place where it was serving, thankfully you as well, and thankfully your daughter and your immediate circle, but so many more people.
But I will say, if it had just served me or my daughter, I wouldn't have done it. But the value that came to me of people going, I feel so much better. Look at me. Look, I have abs. Wait, look at my arms. Wait, look at my husband just said something about me. Or that's the value. Or just a woman the other day, 2 weeks ago, came in and she said, Liz, you've changed my life. Every day I come here for my mental health. I mean, you can't put a number on that.
No. Testimonials come to us, and then we're lucky that we get to use them.
Yeah.
Because that, I think, is the reason we do this. I mean, I know I wouldn't be doing it if it was just a method.
Right.
Right? Like if it were just a movement and a thing, it is so much more than that. And I think I don't know if it's luck. I mean, I don't think it's luck. I guess I wonder, what if you were trying to start this right now? I mean, in a market that's saturated, if not over, and everything's online. I mean, I'm curious.
Well, I
what
mean,
you think.
Where's your community online? And granted, Hilliard Studio Method is online. We are online in 50 states and several countries. I'm literally not sure about the number. Carrie told me the other day it was 66 countries. I'm like, I didn't know there were 66 countries. Can we name them? But I mean, so that is lovely and that is beautiful. And I'm so thrilled and feel honored that people, pay $30 a month to, come from wherever they are and work out with us. That's great. But where is that community?
Sure.
The community are the people that walk in the door, or even sometimes that are on those Zoom cameras.
For sure.
There is a community there. So there's a tangibleness to being in there. So the big box gyms are coming to town, or the Orange Theories, they're quite successful. The big chains of workouts, they're going to be fine anywhere they go.
Right.
But where are the Hilliard Studio Methods that have got this great idea? And it's something no one has done. And they've got this feeling that they can bring people together in a new way. Where are they going to start when in a real estate environment that we are in our city, and I believe we are nationwide?
Yeah.
Where does that little guy or little woman get to start? And how can they afford it?
I don't know.
Because now that I've been on the search now over a year.
I think 2 almost.
Close to 2 years.
Just because we know that our studio and the whole block, if you live in this town, you have seen the tenants just drop until we're all, done with our leases, and it looks terrible. But if you're here, that's going to be redeveloped into the multifam typical
It's going to be a
situation.
multifamily, or not, well, it's going to be, because, and honestly, the people in town that are in this business that are my landlords. The big landlord doesn't even live here. He lives in California, so he's not really hands on that I know of. I haven't talked to him, but the people that have talked to me have been as nice as they can,
of course.
But they are also at the behoove. They are listening to the big corporations that have invested in this very valuable land and said, well, we're not going to leave a 85-year-old movie theater, which is a jewel in Charlotte. The Manor Theater was a jewel. And so many other of the businesses along there that you just, you love them. Bond Street,
Laurel
Wines,
Market.
Laurel Market, all of those. They're just jewels in this city. And they've all been, we're going to have to get out of there.
Right.
And so, they're going to go in with a very beautiful, it's going to be beautiful. They're going to have very high end, and I'm not one of their spokespersons, but I've been told high end retail on the bottom. They've given me a hint that maybe they would like me to come back. But again, that's 3 or 4 or 5 years down the line.
Exactly.
It's going to be a shell of a place for at least a few years.
Yeah.
But then they'll have very, very high-end apartments and condominiums on top. Mm-hmm. But they promised not to go very high. I believe it's 80 feet in height or something like that.
How many stories is that, I wonder?
It's probably 3 or 4. I'm not even sure.
Yeah.
But the point being is, really?
No.
Is that where you want your community to be? And Charlotte, to me, has already got this reputation where we tear down our beauty to build up the tall buildings so that big corporations, and aren't we lucky that we have people like Bank of America and all that, but where was Hugh McCall going to go,
Right.
if there was nowhere to go back in the day? He probably would have figured it out. No one,
Yeah.
That guy would have. But the opportunities are so limited now for the small business entrepreneurial people.
Local.
And yes, for the people that are established like me, 18 years. And and by the way, just in case anybody's heard the rumor I'm closing down, I'm not closing down. I'm never going to close down, period. End of story. But how do you get started in your 20, if you're starting?
I don't know. I don't know. It's just, it doesn't matter if the Hilliard Studio Method charges a lot for classes. I've been online and looked at every fitness studio. We're not more than anybody else, A. B, you just get priced out of survival at some point when you pay X amount per square feet. It's just ungodly. Yeah. I mean, because I'm looking at the numbers and see what it is.
Right.
And it's not possible. Right. And when you're a neighborhood, local community and you're forced out of the neighborhood, what happens? Like, we do have a demographic.
We do.
Maybe it is better for somebody who is brand new, who can just pop up somewhere else and the neighborhood walks to them and they get to establish their community that way. But we're praying and we will be in a place, I just know it'll work out, where our clients want to continue to come, that it fits their lifestyle. So when men, when they drop their kids off at school and run to the neighborhood studio, it's not a pain in the ass. And you don't get there and go, well, can't park, gonna be late, can't fit through traffic. I mean, I also think of the space that's gonna be where we are in a couple years and just go, that traffic's gonna be fun.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, it's just a trickle down that's sad. And so I can't dwell on that. We're gonna, make the most of it.
But I think that the more our voices are heard, and the community speaks and says, no, we really want our mom and pop stores. We really want that. And some developers maybe take some of that into consideration and work around things like that. Right. You're going to make better friends. You're going to have a better city. You're going to have a better community.
Yeah.
And by the way, I mean, again, I said we weren't going anywhere. We are going to physically go somewhere. But I have turned down, I keep saying the word 18. I swear it feels like we've turned down 18 places.
Feels like it. It's not.
And there are options still there, but none of them quite speak to my soul.
Which makes me laugh so hard because what do we need? We need a box where we put floors, mirrors, and bars. And a bathroom would be great, and equipment and a front desk. Like, it's really not a complicated design.
Right.
And it's interesting that it has been so challenging to find space. And we'll find it. And at this point, like, no, we don't know. So anybody who's told you that Liz told them that they know where we're going,
we don't know where I'm going.
So as of today, we don't.
Right. I don't. Yeah. But
it is. I mean, it's such a bigger concept, just development and change and big cities and to see where Charlotte's gonna go and
let's support businesses like us and you and the businesses of Jamie, and say their names again.
Jeff, Tony Dandel, Jamie Brown, Jeff, Tony Dandel of Summerlin.
Let's make sure we,
etc.
Yeah, because these are the people that are making sure there is a taste of our community, a taste of Charlotte, and I really feel I'm part of Charlotte, and I know 100%.
I am. 100%.
I own it whether they want to own me or not, and so.
Well, I mean, to be specific, Jamie and Jeff saved a building.
Yes, they moved their buildings.
Moved it into the parking lot of another restaurant. And that's the kind of historical upkeep and care and concern that we want to have for our city. I mean, I want to stay here.
Yeah. Well, we're going to stay here. It's just, as long as we can get out of here
every now and then. Exactly. Exactly. But I mean, would you say, like, if you had to summarize your entrepreneurial journey, I mean, I would, leading the witness here, say it just continues. Like,
Sure.
18 years later, you're still having to recreate and redo.
Oh, completely. This is a recreating. This is a redo. This is a redo. And by the way, while you can feel that stress and the stress is real because change is stressful, or you can take that stress and you can open the doors like I have always used it, because everything is constantly in flux. It's constantly changing. But when a big change comes like this these are opportunities. And so I'm not sitting around going, I need business to be just like it always was. What I really want is a community that is still together in a business that is growing in a different new way. But I never, ever want to lose that community. Yes, we could go completely online. Yes, we could sell out or something and franchise it out and be the next Orange Theory or somebody, and people are making real dollars off of that. And I'm not closing the door, but I'm saying this is my child, this is my baby. Anybody, whether you're doing cupcakes for a business or you're whatever you have developed that is yours, it is the most gratifying, beautiful thing in the world. So no matter what you do with it, you're always going to be the owner of it.
Right.
And so I will always own whatever happens to Hilliard Studio Method. And people look at me and go, so you're going to do a 10-year lease? You're 72 years old. And I'm like, what? Where is this ageism coming from?
I know.
Stop it.
You've always said too, it's like you don't need
I want to say eat my dust is what I want to say.
eat my dust.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, you've said that too. I mean, and you're living and practicing what you preach.
Right.
You've always said when people ask you like, oh, you don't have a primary bedroom on your main floor? You're like, if I can't go up the steps, just kill me.
Put me in the home.
No offense to mobility issues. But
yeah. No, it is funny. That is funny. I do have a house that goes straight
up.
up.
And I wanted to touch on kind of our streaming platform.
Okay.
Because if you are streaming, you're not just looking at you doing the workout or me doing the workout. Right. You're actually watching a class do a workout. So there is that connection still to feel like you are part of the workout. Like your viewpoint is looking into the clients. And actually a client today told me, you weren't there, Libba, she's streaming some, and then she was in the studio today and she said, it's like you're Oprah. And I said, say more.
I love
she
that.
said, it's like when I used to watch Oprah, I felt like we were friends.
Right.
And so when I'm taking your class, I feel like we're friends. And she's like, I'm local and we're friends and I know you, but you and Caroline, who she sees taking the class, it's like we're all together. And I thought that was really sweet and important.
I think that is an important part.
Right.
But she also, she knows you first. And so then she can go on the streaming and like,
know me better.
That. I love that.
I know. And then for our Zoom, that is real time.
That's real time.
Right? I mean, you don't have to do it real time in 24 hours, but I know you're there, so I'm saying your name, and I have a client who does it almost daily, and she texts me almost daily or whenever she takes it. Tia, love you, Tia.
Hi, Tia.
And always says something about the workout, and that's so important to me. Yeah. And you touched on that a while ago, the value and the purpose. And for whatever business that I go to or need or use, I want to find value and get something from it, right? Like we've had financial discussions with people and I know very little. Like my financial literacy is low. And so when somebody teaches me something, when someone empowers me to do more, do better, then that's really important. Yeah. And I feel good that that's what we do.
That is what
we try to do.
It is.
That's what we try to do. Any tips for these youngsters, entrepreneurs?
Talk to people. Talk to people that are older and better and smarter than you. And nobody's better than you, but pay attention to what's going on. Do what you can do to curate your own community and be the person that brings people together. And if you bring enough people together, you get a voice. And I know we've got a voice here. I'm not going to change the world right now or the community I live in. I know that I'm still going to have to go out and I'm going to have to find a place to be. But I think the more that I'm just going to speak for Charlotte people, I think we're a big, small town.
Yeah.
And we're in our different areas but we like community. We're Southern and we're progressive. And we are We're ready. Go out there, find a way. Call me up. Call people up that have already done it. DM them on Instagram and go, I've got this idea. Who do you think I should go to? And then don't be afraid. Don't be afraid to pick up the phone. Or we don't pick up phones anymore, but God almighty, I'll tell you what, I got one of the best cold calls from somebody the other day. I just picked it up. And it was somebody that was really helpful in business. And I'm like, maybe it's time to pick up the damn phone, and get off of the DM so much. And just, because sometimes the people that answer their phone, or they might be that next line of success for you.
Yeah.
And I just think if enough of us are together and have a community and support one another, whether it's in a business of fitness or as a business of, making food or, sewing clothes, I don't care what it is. We need to be in it as a group.
And the elevating other people and groups, just bringing a voice to it really is important, because especially as we've gone through, immigrant issues, to say the least, I've learned a lot of businesses in our town that I didn't know about.
Wow, me too.
Right?
Again, there is the flip side of this. Like when we get involved in the fear of this fear-mongering situation that our nation is going through, and especially when things like ICE come to our community and we're all in fear of, gosh, we look different, so therefore we have to stay home. The other side of that is the people have shown up in spite of the fear and shown what we are as a community. And that is bringing out the love, the strength. The strength and love are the same thing.
Right.
And so that's bringing
fear
out.
Fear and hate are the same.
Yes, fear and hate are the same thing. So, I didn't know about all these amazing businesses that are on East Boulevard. And not East Boulevard, east part of town, Eastland area. And it's not that far. Right. Charlotte is not that big of a city,
Yeah.
We are spread out. We have our little zones. But, I like a light being shown on other places that I just didn't know they were. I just didn't pay them any attention. They didn't pay me any attention. Why would we?
Right. Yeah.
And so the division that people are sowing is actually having, I think, the opposite effect. And I think it's just sort of like that ship on the Titanic movie. It's hard to move that big ship. But these small communities coming together as one big community and making that large ship, just kind of, we're starting to move it a little bit.
Good.
In the direction of, we've all got more in common than we have not.
Yeah.
And it's shining a light on the hate and the division as fear. It really, you don't even have to be thinking it through to see it anymore.
Sure.
It's very evident.
I just keep thinking of the Walk for Peace monks over and over.
Oh my God, me too. I was within, right there on Queens Road when they were all right by me. And it was one of the greatest moments, wasn't it?
It was.
And they're Buddhist monks that are walking for peace to walk to Washington, D.C. I believe their goal is to get a National Day of Buddhism or something. Their goal is peace.
Yeah.
But the beauty of the people they're bringing, the movement
they're bringing out
is moving people in ways that we needed to have some of our structures sort of melted, whether they're our structures outside of us or our structures inside of us. Mm. I mean, the feeling I had of just the bravery and the beauty and the simple courage, the simple peace of these people.
Right.
And we talked about this on the other podcast.
Yeah.
You stopped class, right?
I did.
I did,
and I'm glad. I'm so glad I did.
You took the whole class. Now, these people are paying a really pretty penny at Hilliard Studio Method.
I said, we're going to stop.
She stopped class.
You can stay or you can come. And we ran outside and we saw him because that's important. It's just, I'm not going to probably see that again.
Right.
And like I said, it's on repeat in my mind of when things are tough, that we can do hard things, that we stay the course. Walking through the snowstorm of this week, I was like, I feel like the monks. We just keep the pace,
I love the snowstorm of this.
You find things to hang on to that bring you hope and peace. And so...
yeah. And
they've done it.
Before we end up this part of the subject, I mean, we started out with, I'm loving 2026 because get into the depths of what's going on, because you got to see it first. But once you see it for what it is. And don't let it get into your heart and soul. Feel it and then allow it to go. Because when you feel it, then you know the depths of how deep this could turn us all into just fear and, accepting, the fall of our lives, the fall of democracy.
Right.
We're American people. And I think at least we can speak for the community we're in, and we're all products of the American experiment. And Americans as a whole do not put up with what we've been putting up with, and the ship that is big as it is starting to wake up and move, and change. And maybe it'll be too late, maybe it won't, but nobody owns your soul. You do,
right? And get on the ship together.
Yeah.
We've kind of touched on it, but as a wrap up, final thoughts. You were asked for another interview, or one other thing you were doing, I can't keep up, about a mentor or someone that has mentored you throughout the way, and you didn't really have one.
Oh, yeah.
And I just wanted to talk about that a little bit, because we did touch on find someone to help you and call you or whatever. But, I know you've gotten advice. I know you've gotten tips. I know you've gotten help, and maybe not had one mentor, but how has that journey been for you?
I'm really kind of glad you asked me that question, because I was being interviewed by a magazine, this thing come out, but they were like, who was the mentor that helped you, inspired you to do what you've done?
Right.
And I didn't have one. I literally didn't have any kind of a male or female mentor that said, I can do what I'm doing. What I had was the opposite of that. I had I had the models of behavior being born in the 50s, growing up in the 60s and 70s, which said women wasn't allowed, it just wasn't done. It wasn't seen as done to do anything but be married, have children, and please men.
Yeah.
Whether you're married or not, your job was to please men. And I deep dove into that, and I went, as a young person, I went,
no thanks.
Thanks, no. I love men, but I'm not here for a man. That's not a cool thing to say until now.
Sure.
It's not even cool right now in this political environment. But so in the absence of a mentor, a person that I could look up to and go, look at what they've done. And I'm sure they're out there. Oh my gosh, Ruth Ginsburg. I mean, there are women. They were not in my consciousness then. And I didn't know. Now I know who they were. But so in the absence of that, make your own, listen to your heart. Know enough to know what you don't know, but always know, that 3 and 4 and 5-year-old you, they're powerful. And when you know who you were when you were young, and that little wildness in you, whatever it was, I don't care whether you like to build sandcastles or whatever you did, deep in there is that person that has the power.
Yeah.
The power is not outside of you. It's not in somebody else is doing. It's in you. And if you just keep going back into there, what would my 5-year-old self to say to this right now? Just go and have fun. How are you going to have fun? Well, I like to make whatever you like to make, whatever your business is. Mine was fitness. Mm-hmm. Go do it. Well, it's not done. Well, go do it then.
Right.
Right. Listen to that. So I think a mentor is amazing, and I hope maybe I'm a mentor for somebody else one day.
Well, I think that's super important. I mean, twofold, very much. Do the opposite of what you saw that didn't work for you or the way you didn't like, and to find a mentor. And I've had such a mentor in you, and I think you've been such a mentor and example to so many people, whether or not they are directly related or speaking to you. I just think your actions, speak for who you are. I have a mentor on the travel advisor side, and that's helpful, and not having to recreate the wheel for 3 to 5 years. It's really nice, and I think that's the communal aspect again of sharing what you know with other people who are trying to come up along the way. And that just breeds more goodness.
Yeah. Well, I'm proud of you if we're gonna say that, because you said I'm your mentor. Well, I told you on the way to this podcast, you're one of the smartest people I know. I mean, you grab something and you take it. You grabbed Hilliard Studio Method, and you have, my workout that I made up years ago, you have taken this and just made it into even more. The technicality of this actual workout is incredible.
Mm-hmm. And I think you have to be willing on both sides of that coin. Right. You had to be willing to allow me to fly a little bit. Right. And what happens after every class, I go, how was it? What do you think? Yeah. Right? Like, I'm an approval junkie anyway, but not trying. I'm trying to lift what you've done in my way. Right? Like, not differently from you. I just have so much value and inspiration to do it really well because of what you've created.
And that's a key. Find a person in your business, in your life, and you were business before you were personal.
Yeah.
In your business that you recognize, that you trust.
Yep.
You didn't have to show me a resume of trust. I just trusted you. And I knew when you were doing the workout and you were asking me the right questions that I could trust you with my baby. And I trusted you with my baby. And now I've trusted you with a whole lot more. But I mean,
it's working.
Yeah, but it's
truly.
I think that might be that connection. I mean, it really started with, there's a connection that we have. And yes, it developed into who we are now. But I think you don't have to have, a personal relationship with people in your business, that if you recognize somebody really not only is in it just for themselves, but is in it for the community of it, the group of it, the thing of it, understands the thing you're trying to develop, then empower them in ways, financially, empower them in ways of trust, allowing them to fly the way they choose to.
Takes a lack of ego on both sides.
It does. And trust. So I got very fortunate with you.
Same.
So many ways.
Same.
Yeah. Okay. That's enough. We're not going to talk about sex at the end of this, right? No. No, I think this is good. Thank you.
I know.
And I love sitting in this chair, Kristen. We're in Novice Studios. Our producer.
Jewel tones. We look lovely.
I mean, do we like this? I like it. I've got a plant behind me, a pink light. How bad can I look, right?
You look fabulous.
So do you.
Thank you.
I love you.
I love you.
I'll see you soon.
Bye.
Thanks for listening to us today, wherever you get your podcasts. And remember, you can now find our podcast on YouTube.
Yeah. If you liked it, please share, rate, and review. We love 5 stars. And we hope you'll work out with us online or in studio at HilliardStudioMethod.com.